Well, we have an individual who needs no introduction at all. He himself is a true voice of the real estate industry, a visionary, a tycoon, a billionaire, indeed, who is who in the real estate industry.
And a friend of yours.
No, not required, sir. Well, sir, just to start, welcome to Era Fame Media Group's channel, a proud publisher of construction and architecture update magazine. And just to begin with, because we'll have a quick session, just to begin with, a lot of people say that, the Mumbai real estate market has become stagnant, and it is always better to invest in Pune instead of Mumbai. How do you see that?
One should understand the history of Mumbai and the fact that development on Mumbai has taken place in huge growth over the last 50, 60 years. What is happening now is something which I must share with you. That is the infrastructure of Mumbai. We used to have 190 kilometers of metro, of suburban rail, the Western Railway, Central Railway and Harbour Line. We are now going to add, in the next 2 years, we will add 300 kilometers of metro. We now have a cross harbour bridge, the MTHL, the Atal Bridge, which is connecting to Panvel, New Bombay and other areas, which will reach new areas within 30 minutes of South Mumbai. We have the coastal road which is taking place. And now we have the bullet train which is coming from Ahmedabad to Mumbai. And also we have the Mumbai-Nagpur Expressway, which will get completed by mid of next year. And we will be adding a new airport in Panvel. 3 lakh crores of infrastructure will be done in Mumbai, completed in the next 2 years. And that I'm not counting the value of Mumbai-Nagpur and bullet train. So the infrastructure of Mumbai is growing so beautiful in the next 2 or 3 years that there is no question of no growth in Mumbai. In fact, I anticipate a huge growth in terms of development, huge growth in terms of investment opportunities, and I think Mumbai probably will lead the entire country. But I'm not saying Pune is not going to grow. I think Pune also is like a suburban of Mumbai very soon because of the connectivity and rapid connectivity which is taking place. So I think Pune will also grow. But to believe that Mumbai will not grow in the next 5 years is a fallacy. So I think both will grow and Mumbai will also grow because of this infrastructure and construction activity which has happened.
Taking this ahead, a piece of advice to investors.
So I think opportunities have to be seen to understand old location, which is already mature areas like South Mumbai, Bandra and other areas. They are all mature areas. Or in new areas in the MMR region. So for instance, I think Panvel and these areas are going to grow exponentially. So you will see a 2x growth in terms of even prices in the next couple of years. Simply because the distance to that location has come down and the time taken to reach there is less than 1 hour, which you cannot reach most of the suburban areas. So that difference is taking place. So I think these areas in the periphery of Mumbai, I think is going to be a huge uplift in the next 2 years.
A piece of advice to home buyers.
Well, I think anyone who can actually afford a house, even a small house, should now invest into it for a couple of reasons. In India, the social security is not there. So when one retires, you need at least a small house. It doesn't matter how small it is, but you need to actually invest into a house. Number 2, that the loans available, home loans available, are at the lowest rate of interest. So banks, now of course they're giving it 8.5%, but earlier they were giving it 6.5%. Unfortunately, RBI has increased the rates of interest and that's why it's gone up. But my reading is in the next 2 years, interest rates will come down. So even if you borrow at this rate, your EMI will come down when the interest rates come down. So that's the second reason. The third reason why you must buy a house is the Prime Minister just announced in the first cabinet meeting of 3.0, he announced that they are giving interest subsidy under the PMAY scheme, which will be between 1.5 to 2.5% of interest for 20 years will be subsidized by the government,
the government.
for affordable housing. So I think that's another reason why you must buy a house. So all in all, an opportunity to buy a house should not be neglected.
Okay, we all have witnessed that there are too many ups and downs in the real estate market. There is a paradigm shift in the real estate industry too. And how have you managed to stay on top for last more than 1 decade?
Well, nobody sees the fall, that's why. So I don't think anybody has not fallen in his life. You have ups and downs and all, but I must say that God has been kind. We've been able to stand up again and then rise. So I think all in all, if you see, maybe I've fallen down 10 times, but then I've been able to get up and,
Is that
revive
so?
us. So yeah, I mean, there is nobody who works for 30, 35 years, 40 years in the line
that's
and
right.
not fallen. Markets are about, and business is all about ups and downs, and we are all bound to have ups and downs. The ability to be able to stand up again after falling is more important rather than just
Absolutely.
not falling. Nobody can not fall. I don't think anyone in the world has not fallen in 30, 35 years of business. So I don't believe it, at least. And so the question is, how do you resuscitate yourself after falling?
All right, taking this ahead, a piece of advice to real estate developer.
Well, I think time has come where good quality is imperative. Commitment to all the stakeholders, whether they are your staff, whether they're your clients who buy your house, or it is governments, or it is investors, or it is bankers. I think ethical values in terms of commitments to all these people. And I think if you do that, people start trusting you. So even when somewhere some things go wrong, they know that you have done your best. They will never disbelieve you when you say, I have had this problem and I'm going to try and sort it out. And so once they trust you, whether they are bankers, whether they are your clients, your customers, your people, flat purchasers, the best part is that because they trust you, you have no problem.
No problem. And in next 2 years, sir, what are the 2 trends that will define the real estate industry?
Trend 1 is the K curve. K curve meaning a part of the business is going to go up, a part of it is coming down. And that we have seen in the last 6-12 months. The affordable housing segment came down because this PMAY scheme had got over, while the mid segment and the luxury segment went up. So that's a K curve which has taken place in the last 6 months. My reading is this K curve will turn into a rising curve. Both the segments will grow, partly because of the PMAY scheme, and generally GDP growth is already 7% per annum. But with government investments taking place in such a high order, which is happening, and you have written articles in your magazine also about it, I think what you're going to see is a GDP growth which may go 8, 9 and even 10% in the next 2 years. And as that happens, the entire economy is going to grow. So you will have a rising wave to run this particular thing. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, Niti Aayog had made a statement last year when they said that in the next 5 years, the percentage of GDP growth as far as housing and infrastructure, which is today 7%, will go up to 20% of GDP when it touches 5 trillion. So not only will it grow, but it will grow super growth as compared to the rest of the world, rest of the country. So I think all in all, real estate in the next 5 to 10 years is actually likely to go upwards, not a K growth, but a upward climb, by and large. Of course, certain areas will not grow as much, where urban infrastructure is not there, or new areas where industry comes in, IT comes in, hospitality comes in, religious tourism comes in, all these factors, airports come in. We are going to, in the next 5 years, double the number of airports in India. Double. And we are going to have in Jawar probably the second largest airport in the world, near Delhi. So all this and more is taking place. So I think fantastic time and fantastic country.
All right. Mira Road also has grown exponentially, sir. Do you intend to build the real estate in Mira Road?
You can't marry everybody.
Yeah,
You can't marry every location. So we just pick up opportunistically good location. At this point of time, we've taken the central side towards Pune, 3 or 4 projects which take place. So we are on Thane, we are in Powai, we are in Panvel, we are in Khandala, we are in Pune. So all on this line we have focused on. That doesn't mean we won't look that side. Maybe we will, but we don't have it right now.
All right, sir. And how do you ensure that your projects align with the evolving needs and preferences of Indian home buyers?
Well, that's the first thing that we do. We always judge where the future should be for the city, for the home buyers, for our customers, and where we think their future should be. So whether you're in Target, which we did in Powai, or we did in Thane, we are doing in Panvel, we are planning Alibag, Khandala, Pune. So all these areas we pick and choose where we think the benefit will be for the ultimate client, because ultimately they are going to stay there or live there or work there or do business there or do IT there or do data centers there. So all this and more is our target.
Okay, what is the USP of your project and mantra to sell the real estate?
I think commitment to do the best quality, look at the interest of the customer, see that you're honest with your stakeholders, look ahead of the times, try and understand what are the needs of the people, and try to see that we fulfill them. We are not in competition with anybody. We don't try to say that we want to be better than that builder. No.
No, because you are already on the top of the table.
No, not like that. We always improve. So every year we try to improve. So irrespective of where we are, we try to say next year we'll do it better. But we don't say we will be better than that person. So we don't worry about the competition. The competition is myself. So today whatever I did, tomorrow my competition is what did Niranjan Hiranandani do last year that I should do better this year. So that is my competition. So when we continue to do that, anyway we plan to grow, anyway we plan to improve ourselves, and in the interest of all the stakeholders. So the mantra is very simple.
Okay, and can you brief us about a couple of upcoming projects of yours?
We're doing lots. We're doing lots of buildings in Powai, we're doing in Thane, we're doing in Panvel, we're starting a new beautiful project in Alibag, we have a project in Khandala. We have a warehousing and industrial in Pune, in Oragadam, in Chennai, and in Nasik. We are now going to do Bhiwandi. My son has done data centers in both in Panvel and in Greater Noida, and so lots of things.
So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
So now we are privileged and honored to have Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani, the founder of Hiranandani Group. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.